Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Jigsaw discussion video. So I got some good news today right now. We have our first official poster from Jigsaw movie, or I guess it's hard to, like, it's kind of a weird thing, the Jigsaw movie actually, and this is officially from Lionsgate. It was released today. People are covering it. I mean, this isn't a fake, guys. This isn't a fake. And you know what? I've been saying this for so long. You know, we're getting our first trailer at Comic-Con. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, so yeah, like this to me, if you want to ask, let's like break this down just a little bit. This to me seems like pretty much clear evidence that they are gearing up the marketing campaign for this particular movie, and we're going to be seeing a trailer very soon for it. And like I've said, it's probably going to be this month at Comic-Con, the 21st. I think it's like the 20th to the 22nd. That weekend, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be around that time. So I know I'm really excited. I know there's a lot of other people really excited. So make sure to actually stay tuned to this channel for more Saw, discussions, news updates for Jigsaw, review, and everything else that I can think of to actually just kind of mark out and be like super excited about this. I'm sure there's a ton of fans out there who are also incredibly excited for this particular movie coming out. But let's look at this particular poster. I wanted to talk about it a little just because it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Okay, so there's a couple people out there I've been talking to in the comment section below, and also the Jigsaw fandom, or Saw fandom in general. They've been wondering if the pig mask is going to make a return. And I think if this poster indicates anything, it's that yes, the pig mask is going to make a return. It's been a staple of the franchise ever since the first film. And I'm really happy about that, Not just Billy, not just the pig mask, not just the traps and the atmosphere and all this other stuff. But without any of it, it probably wouldn't feel like a Saw film. Especially like without Tobin Bell, this probably really wouldn't feel like a Saw film. I mean, that's what a lot of people hated about Saw 3D. But the thing that really catches my eye here is become Jigsaw. This is official tagline, an official tagline, but it's also the title. Like Jigsaw's the title. I think become is the tagline, at least for this particular poster. So what could that mean? Like, what could that mean? Let's break that down a little bit. So if you guys remember, the plot synopsis for Jigsaw talked almost exclusively about how, I guess, like, he's been dead for 10 years, bodies are piling up, they don't know what's going on, it can't be him, but it can't be anyone but him, and then maybe it's someone in the police force. I really think that's a red herring. I don't think that, these movies are so secretive, they wouldn't put all this stuff in one particular synopsis that gives it away. There's going to be someone in the police force. We were sitting there the entire movie going, like, and then it just ends up not being them, just because these movies are predicated on twists, and I don't necessarily think the person that we're going to expect it is in the police force is actually going to be Jigsaw. But one of the things I've talked about on my other channel, which I will link in the description below if you want to go try to find my other videos. But like I said, all my official Jigsaw or Saw-related content is now going on this channel, so make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to keep updated with this stuff. And also, like I say, please make sure to go check out like reputable news sources like Bloody Disgusting or Shock to the Drop or any of those other things to actually, I guess, become more familiar with what is official and what isn't official. But with that being said, guys, like, this is an interesting tagline to me, because one of the things I've talked about before is potentially this movie being separated between two narratives, where we're dealing with John Kramer's Jigsaw as he's in that interim, that kind of in-between space between Cecil's death and the death of Seth Baxter, from the fourth movie to the fifth movie. Because if you remember, Cecil's death wasn't necessarily a real Jigsaw trap. It was more so of a way to help kind of the start of what Jigsaw would become, but also a little bit of a revenge situation because Cecil killed Gideon. And then Seth Baxter was a copycat murder from Hoffman, who had a lot of knowledge about what Jigsaw had done, even though chronologically we haven't actually seen Jigsaw do any of that stuff until basically Amanda or further down the line. So we need to show at least somehow that, or where Billy came from, where the pig mask really came from and developed, and all this other stuff that we haven't actually seen before throughout the Saw franchise. Really, we have to explore that narrative of how he actually became this way and created this particular method that actually worked. Because if you remember, the whole Cecil thing in Saw 4 didn't work. That was a real pivotal moment, is he was shaking so much that the chair actually broke. And you know what he says in Saw 5, Peter Strom's characters, screw you, Jigsaw doesn't make mistakes. Well, that was whole Cecil thing with the chair falling. It was like, well, he made a mistake and he's going to correct it in the future, but he made a mistake. So that would be an interesting kind of half plot for this, as all the other stuff in the future is coming back. But who is becoming the apprentice, whether it's showing him in the flashbacks, him or her, and the flashbacks becoming Jigsaw, him teaching this person before Amanda or Hoffman or Dr. Gordon or Jill even knew what was going on, and now this person's picking up the mantle 10 years later because I guess they've aged into it, or they're in a place of authority where nobody would expect them. They could potentially do that, or it could be him kind of going through these motions, figuring out who exactly he is. Who is Jigsaw? What is Jigsaw up to? How is Jigsaw going to become Jigsaw that we knew from the original films? That could be what it is. Like, we could see him actually become Jigsaw, or I guess in the same vein, we can see him also apprenticing someone to actually become the new Jigsaw. So if you really wanted to break it down, that's what I think that's going on here, is we're either going to be seeing John Kramer become Jigsaw, or we're going to see John Kramer, I guess, know somebody in his past, and then through, I guess like some of his, crazy intuition of what's going to be happening and where people are going to be and what people are going to be worrying about 10 years later, he is going to pick someone out who is going to age into certain kind of role or power structure and literally teach them, some kind of a Saw 4 thing where it's like, see what I see, feel what I feel, and all that other stuff. So that's something that could potentially be going on here. And the only reason I say that, I wouldn't necessarily mind that if he is somehow apprenticing someone beyond the grave, is because the first and only photo we got to see from the set is a picture of Tobin Bell, or John Kramer, Jigsaw's grave, unburied, on top of the ground, and all this other stuff. And that, at least to me, indicates that yes, he is dead, and he's left potentially some clue as to where he is, or what happened to him, or how to kind of become Jigsaw, or become Jigsaw, or honestly, what that could mean is they think it's him. They unbury his coffin and realize that he's not in it, to actually give us some head scratching moments as to potentially he faked his own death. But I don't necessarily think that that's true. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who don't think that that's particularly true. But honestly, I gotta say, I like it. Just kind of get my general thoughts on this without all the speculation or anything. I like what they're doing here. The minimalist of it. I love the reintroduction of the pig mask. It looks, I would never say the pig mask looks scary, but it just looks weird, It has that J-horror long black hair that's matted, that's just really kind of messy. And obviously the pig mask is so iconic to this particular franchise. In fact, one of the times, and this is just kind of a brief aside with the pig mask and why I love the pig mask, is when I went to go see Saw 5 in theaters, probably the second time, because there's a whole nother story with why I went to go see the Saw movies so many times, especially the latter films. But when I went to go see Saw 5, one of the guys in the back, because they had it in the, it was probably the next weekend, they had it already in the back in the small theaters. But one of these guys behind me was like in a full pig suit get up, with the robe and everything, and it just made me so happy. So I think that's really cool. In fact, if I have money, I'm gonna do that going to see Jigsaw. I think that would be really great, just to kind of dress up, at least for the first or the second time or something, because I'm going to be way too excited for anything to bother me or getting too hot or anything just to go see this movie. Plus, I'm going to have to like rush back home in order to basically tell you guys all about it, my thoughts and opinions, spoiler, non-spoiler, all this other stuff. So, guys, I know I've been ranting right now. I really am very excited about this. This poster is so freaking awesome, and just in general, there's so much you can kind of interpret from Become Jigsaw, and I'm very, very excited about all of this. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave this where it is. I want everyone to go check out the official poster, the official link in the description section below. And honestly, guys, like, I want everyone to have a good day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell over by the subscriber button. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. It's been real.